Last time on KK's EXP.
Incidentally, it's important that you cover the entire fingerprint with the powder. Cocaine on the screen. Gonna cover the entire screen. Changing it to white from green. And now we blow with the X button. Yeah, I'm not joking around. I'm not fucking. There it is. Alright. Oh, freaking right. So last time I got too drunk. I'll be honest, I got too drunk. I couldn't understand what was happening in the story. So now we're sober. And we're gonna understand what's going on in the story. I was messing up on voices for characters. I was stumbling on my words. All right, wait. Load back over here. Roll from the start. Excuse me. What the hell? Okay. Huh? I forgot what Apollo's voice was. Mr. Wright's not here today? He said his old foot injury was acting up. Old injury? He was all smiles yesterday. Yeah. He smiled when he said we'd be fine as long as you're there, Trucy. Yes, fine. We'll be fine. Here comes Justice. I started my voice training at 5 this morning. Ooh, do some now. I want to see. Hear. Huh? Oh, okay. My name is Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. That sounds more like a self-mantra than voice training. I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? Oh, is this kid? Good morning. Yo, sup? Hit me with a guilty verdict, G. See if I care. You just been hang loose. You just hang loose and let things go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Not really. Walkie, don't be running your mouth like that in here. See, that's the difference between you and me, old man. I ain't afraid of no cops. Real G's can't keep it real till they spend some hard time in the pen. You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Sounds like they're both being voice training too, Apollo. My worst fear realized. The trial's starting and I still haven't had a real talk with my client. I feel a lot better. I feel a lot better about this. Yesterday I'm telling you, man, I was 10 beers in on the night and I was like, let's play some Phoenix Red. And I just was not getting it.
Court is now in session for the trial of Wakikidiki.
Defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready to rock and roll there, Judge. It's him, the guy from yesterday. He's a prosecutor. It's Mr. Gavin's brother. Clavier.
Long time no see, Prosecutor Cavalier. Where were you taking a leave of absence?
You know, little band I started in my free time. This is, we got real popular. Hard to say, 90 of fans with 3 of your singles go platinum, yeah?
I see, to be honest, I was a little concerned. I fear that you might still be distraught over that one trial.
Not to worry, Judge. I wouldn't miss this day in court for the world. It's worth even more than VIP passes to one of my concerts, yeah? How could I pass up a chance to see the true strength? Up the volume a bit. The little boy who bested my brother. It was worth cancelling a show or two.
Understood. You may give your opening statements to the court.
Before that, I was thinking, is the air in the courtroom not a bit serious?
It is a courtroom of law.
That's no way to get the crowd jumping, Judge.
There's not sort of jumping in this courtroom.
Act 2, baby. Today we play it my way. What's that? Noise? Sometimes you have to get on up in order to get down to prosecuting. This is crazy. The victim, Paul Maractus, director of the Maractus Clinic. The scene, People Park. He was found pulling a noodle stand. What in the...
What in the world was the doctor pulling a noodle stand for?
Yes, I believe you will only find that out by asking the defendant right here, right now. Because it's an undeniable truth that he shot the victim. What do you mean undeniable? If you are to glare at anyone at a judge, glare at the punk in the defendant's chair. His crime was witnessed quite clearly, you see.
Very well. Please admit this witness to the court. Ah!
Fucking love when he does the guitar riff. 9, not yet. First, there's a little matter to clean up. Did you talk without the accompaniment? I swear I could sit the guitar for a second.
What is it, Prosecutor Gavin?
The motive, Judge. Why did the little punk do it? Why did he kill the director of the Maractus Clinic? Objection! Not so fast. The defendant doesn't have to explain that. Oh, what if the defendant especially requested to do so, as he did this morning? I wanted to give a shout out to my homies, I believe he said.
What?
To my homies? What is right? They always say that on stage. You should hit the crowd with the speed and ferocity. Sounds like he got you good there, Polly.
Well, this is highly unusual, but the court will now hear from the defendant's concerns and the motive in the crime.
Old man be farting for what? I don't know.
So, you son, are you defendant? Walkie, are you?
I ain't your son, old man. You step into the key, you best be prepared to step strong. You step to the public official, you best be prepared to step into jail. You gotta hand it to him. Walkie sure has guts. It's not that his guts I'm worried about. It's not his guts I'm worried about.
Well then, court will now hear testimonies of the defendant's motives. For the defendant himself.
Alright, bet. Witness's testimony. Spit it, boy. Walkie Kitaki's truth. I'll tell you one thing. The doctor was a quacker. Someone had to show him what's up. I was in a clinic about a half year ago. He messed up on my op. Something bad. And then he just let me go without a word. See you later. Bye. So I gotta go in. Get another doctor patch me up again. That was the day I gone and figured it out. No OG's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to him. To his pad that night. Know what I'm saying? Wait. You went to his pad that night. Yet you put an image of him at the park. Questioning on that last one.
You're saying you were one of the victim's patients?
A lot of stuff goes down when you're keeping it real in the streets. True that. I tell you one thing. That doc was a quack. Was whack? Did he say whack or quack?
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination.
Can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing about all this. Monkey Kitty truth. I'll tell you one thing, the doctor was a quacker. So I wanted to show him what is up. Clinic about a half year ago, he messed my up. Why were you at the clinic, bro? Why were you at the clinic? So you were a patient at the Maractus Clinic for half a year ago. For what? I had what you might call a mark of honor. Can you explain precisely what was wrong? You had a little run-in with the rivalous family. That's when I pulled a jack move. Whoa. Boy got shot? Ran into an ambush. G busted a cap right in me. According to the source, you couldn't stand the stress of waiting and ran in 15 minutes before the appointed time by yourself. Hey, that's more than a match for those guys. So you
were carried to the Maractus Clinic from there.
Apparently he was shot in the heart. What the fuck? Shot in the heart and he's still alive? That's what I'm saying. I can catch a bullet between my teeth. No, you can't. Don't even try that, Trucy. But I never learned how to catch them with my heart. The bullet stopped just short of my thumper. You know what I'm saying? I would be golden if it weren't for that whack doc. Can't even take out a stupid bullet. So, as you say, the surgery was a failure. That ain't all it was, homie. Then he just let me go without a word. See you later. Bye. So I gotta go in and another doctor patch me up. that was the day I didn't figure it out. No OG's gonna let that pass. What do you mean by that? OG means original. Original gangster? I always thought OG meant original. Figure it out. For half a year, I didn't notice a thing. What? You had a bullet in your chest and you didn't know? Take more than a bullet to bring me down, Holmes. How many bullets does this take?
How many bullets does it take?
It's when I went to his pad that night. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I don't know what you're saying. You went to his pad? You went to his house. Did you have an appointment to meet with the victim in the park, perhaps? You out of your mind? Who makes an appointment to get to the drop on someone? I came ready to fight my way to the clinic of his. Shortest way to the clinic from my place is through that park. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so you went from the kitty house through the park. I see. He's right there. There I was, cold, walking through the park. When he comes popping up out of nowhere, right before my eyes. I figured someone on high was looking out for me, you know what I'm saying? This sounds bad right from the get-go. Well, there won't be any get-go if we don't... Wait. Did she just read my mind? She read my mind! What? Right. First, gather the facts. Time enough for... Shit, okay. Gather the facts. I'll tell you one thing, the doctor was a quack. Why was he a quacker? Explain yourself, bro. First of all, the word you're looking for is quack. And isn't that a little harsh? He's your family doctor. Who's asking you, pointy locks? Just who do you think you are? Your lawyer. Look, I ain't trying to hear that. He was a quacker, plain and simple. Alrighty, now explaining that, someone had to show him what's what. By someone you mean... Was there anyone with the score to settle with this doc besides you, I mean? You better ask someone else, Holmes. What do I care? I made up my mind and did what I had to do. Straight gangster style.
But why were you so mad at the doctor?
Yo, sit back and listen while I drop it, J-Man, Judge Man. I was in the clinic about a half a year ago. I messed up my op. Bad. Cool. Then it just let me go without saying a good... Okay. How about this one? What do you mean? Just let you go without a word. What do you think it means? It's whack. That's what it is.
I'm sure what it was meant, but it sounds bad.
Sounds bad as though a doctor wished to hide his mistakes. This is why he let the defendant go. He's a liar. Oh, sorry, wrong accent. He's a liar, straight up. He's a badder G than me. So I gotta go get another doctor packed up. Okay, what doc you had to get you packed up, bro? So this bullet is still, you know it, I can still feel it. Right there in my chest, pressing up against my heart. Your words are like bullets shot straight to my heart. Or something like that effect. Accidentally, that's one of our hit singles. Well, that sounds like a straightforward case to malpractice. Word, J-Man. Weren't no accidents, that's faux shizzle. Damn, bro. The lingo, I like it. I like his lingo.
It seems that there were issues with this doctor.
Man, put him down was like doing the world a favor. Wagi, please consult your lawyers before saying things like that. Chin up, Apollo. Back straight.
But why did this mistake only come to light today? Excuse me.
It was found during the family health checkup. The family checkup? That was the wackest thing of all. All us G's lining up, taking eye exams and all that. Better to die young than fade away. Bizoy! What? A relief to hear. What's a relief? Oh, did your father not tell you? That bullet you're carrying so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, it could kill you. What? Yes, Dr. Maractus had knowledge concerning this ticking time bomb on you. Knowledge that would save your life. No way. That's whacked. Whacked? There's proof. Your checkup report. Oh, okay. New court record added. Cool, thank you. How ironic that you would kill the man who was capable of helping you. You're almost as careless as he was. Well, now, that's the place, is hoping. Let's get this gig started.
Stuttered?
We've had enough of a warm-up, Ja. Time to hear from the witness. Walkie sure is quiet all of a sudden. I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this Gavin's strategy? Okay, so he lets the defense talk, and then some guy comes in who I've never seen before. So, you will tell us your name and occupation. Who the fuck are you? I'm gonna give him a Percy, ladylike voice. My name? No. My name is Whistly Stickler. Oh.
My occupation, I take it, you perfect society's largest. Under with the defense, I must concern you begun unemployed. However, we must acknowledge in the meaning of the identity. It was a company attached to no division of confusion. Confusing and disgusting.
Oh my god.
The vagueness and inherited representation of doubt.
By which he means to say that he is a student. A junior at the Ivy University, if I may not mistaken.
Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of the truth, owning mine.
Stickler, please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today. His name is Stickler. Okay.
Very well, Mr. Stickler. Please testify to the court about you, what you saw on the night of the crime.
You ask, quite simply.
I hate when they talk so much. Homo sapien is how to receive and interpret data. Okay, wow, they actually fade to black for him. A night in the park. All right, spit it, buddy.
That night, I passed through the park on the way home from shopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. In his hand, he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot! The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from front, square in the forehead.
Was there anyone else in the park at the time?
I can say with 100% accuracy that there was not.
The pistol our witness referring to is this.
The court accepts this into evidence.
Pistol added. Weapon left at the crime scene. 2 rounds were fired. Fingerprints were white. All right, white fingerprints.
Very well, Mr. Judge. Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness.
Yes, Your Honor. Trucy? Why are you staring like that at the witness? That man. I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before. So he's connected to this case more than as the witness. All right. I'm gonna ask him about. Oh, first of all, let's look at the evidence that we just got today from the mans. So Walkie Kitiki, 19, male. Report filled on June 14th. What's today? I don't know. Metallic object found near heart. Urgent exam needed. Okay. So this is the pistol. Said there's no fingerprints on it. There were 2 bullets left. No, 2 bullets shot from it, right? Whoa! Don't point that thing at me. Don't worry. I can handle myself around a gun. Magic guns, at least. The ones that pigeons come out of. Very assuring. Can we look at the rounds? Can we pop this son of a bitch open? Can we do something with it? Can we cock it? Can I get a nice cock? Can I get a nice cock from somewhere out of here? No, I can't. Alright, no cocks can be received today. Okay. Man pulled a stand. Another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. Some people lie whenever they talk. And he might lie whenever he turns that page. Hold it! Are you sure the pistol you saw is the same as the one just submitted as evidence?
Am I sure? Surely you jest. Or so a common witness would be tempted to say.
I'm not sure about his voice, man. I'm still trying to figure it out. Yes, I am not common witness. I see not only events as they are, but the logical structure governing these events. First, we must consider the fact that it was night. My field of vision to the sufficient level of immunity. Now, considering the pistol, I let us call it object A was becoming defense. Alright, boy. I think he means he couldn't see it clearly. My badge for normal witness. Yet the fact that the pistol was fired before my eye is indisputable. I can still see it when I close my eyes. The defendant raised his weapon. A shot. Bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. Can I see the autopsy report real quick? Can we see if the bullet did in fact hit him in the head? It hit him right in the temple. Square in the forehead, you said. Right temple. Square in the forehead? Objection, bitch! Phew. If that's all it is, I think I have a chance. Is that you relaxing, I see, Justice? Objection!
Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice.
Apollo, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet. Right. Look at this.
The autopsy report? Is there a problem with the autopsy report?
Right. A problem. Yes. The problem is the location of the entry wound.
The location?
Yes. You testified that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not? Ah. I have already determined your angle of injury. Ooh. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple, really. I hate when he fucking does this. For example, the deflection of meteor is, oh my god, wavelength of light emitted to krypton particles, as well as known in addition, the well-known fact that the krypton particles are rare and let's put it basic for the line renaming the Justice. Yes. What's your objection to these krypton particle things? This is the big Tom. You are obsessed with something so small you disappoint me. No. I'm obsessed with something big. So am I. Always obsessed with something big. Never small, baby. Never small. Always big. ASAP Rocky. Homie just texted me saying he's gonna work on that beat ASAP/Rocky. If he does it good, I'ma give him some cocky. He might be my boo, but he gonna still get that bukkake. Whoa. And if not, it's gonna end with some fists like I'm Rocky. Hey. It's Kami Kang. Alright. Enough rapping. I mean, there's a bigger, less Nicky problem here.
Do tell.
Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was the right temple. Temple. Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction, isn't it? Is it right? Finally? Objection! Whoa, sick objection. Justice. Huh? Your tactics are outdated, trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago. Phoenix Wright, was it? Ooh, he knows Phoenix Wright. Look, I know the wound was on the wrong place according to his testimony. Hey, forehead. Damn, forehead. Let us imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol, trained on the other side. What would you do, Forehead? Well, I guess I would try to stop them. I'd probably shout, "Stop! You, Fräulein." I don't know what that word means. Me. Oh, he's talking to her. Well, I'd probably scream, "Eek!" And you, Stickler. What did you shout, I wonder? If the victim turned his head at the last moment. Boom. Ah, yes. Thank you for jogging my memory. It sounds
like an addendum to the testimony is required.
Alright, addendum. Addendum. As soon as the case... Okay, wait. I'm thinking we give him some sort of Frieza voice. Frieza. Silly monkey. Yeah. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Cease! This is once you two, I cried with composure. The victim turned to the direction of my voice and a rat shot rang out. Whereupon our crew, a cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have been frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene.
Yeah, I actually liked his voice a lot better.
I see. So you attempted to stop the crime.
Indeed, with composure.
Well, might the criminal wouldn't have fired if I hadn't shouted like that. That really doesn't matter right now, unfortunately. Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would. Diagram? New diagram just unlocked. Wake up, honey, new diagram just dropped. The witness, Mr. Stickler, was it, stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature. And the victim responded by looking in the witness's direction. Witness, oh, the victim turned to the witness, okay. If the killer were to have fired at just that moment, as we can see, the bullet would have struck a right temple, as reported. It does seem to be the case.
Witness the power of a junior in Ivy University Department of Science.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness.
Cross-examine time. I'm gonna bust a nut to this. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Cease this at once, you two, I cried with composure. The victim turned on the direction of my voice and a shot rang out. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have been frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. Wait a second. Turn to the direction of the voice. Cease this at once, you two. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. But there were two shots, right? Okay. So tell me about the beginning of this. So you saw a raised pistol. Weren't you frightened?
It would have said, "We students of Ivy University know no fear."
Book close.
The moment I saw the pistol, my inner sense of justice compelled me to take action.
It was concern, a certain brave of you. You might have gotten shot.
You certainly were lucky. If I were the killer's shoes, I certainly would have left a witness behind. Wouldn't have left a witness behind. He actually looks like he had no idea he was in danger. Regardless,
I attempted to halt the bloodshed.
Good for you, I guess. Seize this at once, you two, I cried with composure. Hold it. Are you sure both men were able to hear your voice?
They were, of course, my high exquisite voice echoing through the park.
And the victim responded to this clarion call.
Quite, yes, indeed, quite.
The victim turned to the direction of my voice and a shot rang out. One shot rang out, right? Did you hear the gunshot at the same time as the victim turning?
Indeed. I would say about the same time, to be precise.
And the victim didn't ask for your help?
It could be said that he didn't have time to ask. He didn't even have time to take a single step.
I'm totally sure that the killer fired because Mr. Stickler startled him. Don't say that too loud, Trucy, please.
Whereupon a cowardly killer, the defendant appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene.
I like that contradiction. Kind of sad to see it go. Sad to feel as though I don't know. Testimony getting a little clearer. She's right. Maybe I can find something to use in this testimony. User knew it. I didn't read that properly. Turn to the whereupon our cowardly killer defendant appeared to have been frightened. Tell me more about this frightened killer. Can you describe the killer's actions more clearly?
He seemed quite surprised, especially considering that it was he who did the deed. As we can see, human psychology is a tangled web indeed.
He simply couldn't believe what he had done. He shot his panicked commentator bot true. Unfortunately, before I could take further action, tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene of the crime. Let me check out this last comment.
And then if nothing else, we'll have to throw some evidence at it. Didn't try to apprehend the criminal.
It all happened so fast. I'm afraid I hadn't the time.
Doesn't something about that strike you as odd, Apollo? What? The killer was in a hurry, right? He fired the pistol and tossed it right away. According to the testimony, that's what happened, yes? In that case, I'd expect to find something that we didn't find. Find something. Find what? Like the contradiction. Kind of sad to see it go. We didn't find the pistol. You tossed the pistol aside, yet I couldn't find the pistol at the scene of the crime. It was left at the scene of the crime. Indeed, it was. Tossed the pistol aside, so he didn't have time to wipe the fingerprints. Wait a second. Yeah, he was... Tisk tisk.
Another misleading request. Yet you're so behold of your own mode of discourse. You can't see how it affects you.
Come again.
Wait a second, you say. A second? Are you intending to wait? Just that? A single second? You 60th of a minute? That's hardly enough time to draw breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time to say...
Mr. Justice. Yes, Your Honor.
Am I to understand that you are objecting to the length of the second?
What the fuck? You are also... Here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. Indeed.
A common ploy made to make more common. I fear by the prevalence of television.
Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints. Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran. That's right. He didn't have time to wipe the gun of fingerprints. BAM! Shit your pants. Shit your pants. I dare you. I double dog dare you. The little girl sticking to the university student. There's a song in there.
I'm not little.
Then let's think like adults, shall we, Fräulein? What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves? Gotta admit, I honestly didn't think about that either. That's pretty smart.
Well, Mr. Justice.
Could the killer have been wearing gloves? Could the killer have been wearing gloves? No! He couldn't have been wearing gloves. No way! The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. The fingerprints were white, which means some trace of prints remained, which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened as you said it did, he wouldn't have had time to wipe the pistol.
That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant, he threw down the murder weapon from his hand and fled. And this pistol was found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of.
That sounds solid to me. Well, Air Forehead, any of your precious objections? What gives, Apollo? Let's see that voice training go to work. You know, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say. What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said? Huh? Isn't that what obvious? When he restated what he saw just now, he said he saw Walkie drop a murderous weapon. But that's not the same as the 100% sure of what Walkie threw away. You're right. He's just confused because a pistol was found at the scene of the crime. Poor Mr. Stickler. It must have been hard to be so perfect and yet so wrong.
Well, it can't be said that I'm quite offended. While it is indeed true that once in my youth I wrote... Well, he's gonna talk his shit again.
Blah, 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 blah. Mr. Stickler, you remind me of a man Hitler. You a silly little bitch. I'm not gonna say that word. Not on stream. Oh, boy.
Does the defendant have anything to say about this?
Well, if what we threw wasn't a pistol, then it had to be something else. At least one person in the defense team seemed to be thinking.
Yeah, I'll wipe that smile off his pretty face, Gavin. A pretty face. I just want to kiss it. Perhaps.
Perhaps you can inform the courts of the nature of this something else. What did the killer throw away before fleeing the scene of the crime?
He threw away this underwear because he shit in them. No, he threw away this pair of underwear because he shit in these. No, he threw this away because his fingerprints were on it.
Is that a sword? I saw one of these in a late night show last night.
Great. A sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime, with the defendant's prints on it. His prints? This single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, that what the defendant threw away wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. And,
Indeed.
forehead? You're forgetting two things you've just proven. Huh? One, that the man he witnessed saw was the defendant, Mr. Walkie-Kitty. Two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim.
Indeed.
Never underestimate Gavin, is the lesson here. It's a lesson!
This court is in the opinion that our witness is fond of making assumptions. In that light, I believe, would have behooved us to hear about what really occurred. Well, with less assuming, please.
Page turns. Book close. It is always the same with you people. Mark left the house on foot, and 5 minutes later his brother left after him. How long would it have taken Mark's brother to catch up with him? Assuming that the Mark never had stopped for traffic lights. Assuming? Yes, that's what I said. Assuming! You know what else to say about assuming? You know what else to say about assuming? You know what else they say about assuming? My mom! No, they say you make an ass out of you and I when you assume. That's what my dad told me, at least. Back to the game. No story mode. There we go. Yes, assuming. As if that were proper. Probable situations at all. Yet, here you are assuming that my assumptions is no better.
What is this? Assume is. Is that the witness with the testimony is what happened after the shot was fired?
No. Witness testimony. From shot to call. Ooh. I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor could I simply leave the scene in good consension. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. So now he's admitting that he called the police. Why didn't you chase the killer? He was, as you say, a killer. Of course I couldn't run him down. I could have run him down, yet what would he have done when cornered? Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for solving quadrant. Oh my god, his fucking words, man. I don't like this guy. Did the testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? And do we not also now know that there's no one else there? It seems clear that we have our killer. Does it not?
Does it not, Mr. Justice?
I better find a way to take this testimony down quick. Was it only 3 statements or 4? From shot calls. 4 statements. Could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene. I could not prevent this. You could not prevent. Okay, yeah, you couldn't. Nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. So, ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Hold it! Excuse me. Wasn't your first thought to call an ambulance? It be said that I have dabbled in medicine. The injury I witnessed, namely a single shot to the head, tends to result in death. Ergo, there was no need for me to call an ambulance. Oh my god, I'm so gassy. Oh, a perfect syllogism. Syllogism. Fucking words, man. Syllogism? Whatever. A proof in the 3-part. Exquisite, simply exquisite. He actually looks like he's going to cry. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later. I saw no one else. The witness is way too self-assured. There's gotta be a weakness somewhere in this testimony. She's hiding something. She's been quiet for a while. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Okay, why did the killer run? By that time, I was clear that the killer had noticed me. Naturally, he ran into the opposite direction. That would mean he ran in the opposite direction from the Kiriki mansion. Achoo! Don't even think about pointing that. He was going away from his home. All he had to do was loop back once he was out of sight. How did he know that there was where I was going? She is so quiet. Nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Da da da. You were concerned. You certainly composed from someone who had just witnessed a killing. If one is to devote one's life to the pursuit of science, one must never flinch at the sight of a little blood, nor be so moved by chemical discovery that one drops one's flask upon the lab room floor. Ooh, cool answer. Very cool. So nothing strange about how he acted. Lucy, looks like she has something to say. She does, man. Let's check out this last one, and then maybe we might have to say something to Lucy real quick. Can you tell us in detail about those 10 minutes? I stood in a state of heightened awareness. Anything could happen at any moment. Anyone could appear from any direction, but no one appeared, right? Is that all? No one came. Nothing happened at all. I saw it all, which I saw. I say I saw nothing. Wow, he really is adamant about seeing nothing that night. It was late at night. It's not odd to think there was a few people around in the park. So he just stood there, watching? Not much to go on there. Lucy. Trucy, not Lucy. If you've got something to say, by all means, say it. I can't find a single problem with that testimony. Had enough at last, Air Forehead. Maybe it's time to back off a bit. Back off a bit. Should we back off a bit? I don't know, man. Should we back off a bit? Let me look at the core record. See what we got. What do we know? 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 Result, check out blah blah blah. Two shots were fired, right? 2 rounds were fired. Fingerprints were wiped. Should we back off? Trucy knows something. I don't think we should back off. So that's something to question that demands answering, Your Honor. Your opinion? Prosecutor Gavin? Oh, let him play attorney until he's satisfied, I say. I will amuse myself by composing my next smash hit in my head.
Very well. May continue with the cross-examination.
Oh, boy. How about we let it slide? Because I was hoping that Trucy would have said something. Isn't anything left in unraveling the testimony after all? Some of us have glamorous careers we like to get back to this month, Air Forehead. I don't have enough to put Walkie away yet. Should I back off now? Yeah, we should back off. Yeah, there's nothing fishy about that testimony at all. It appears that there's no objection to the witness's current testimony. There are any number of ways to explain the lack of prints on this pistol, I assume. Perhaps the killer really was wearing gloves, which wiped the previous user's fingerprints off. Then, after the deed was done, they fell out their pocket as he threw the gun away. A mistake befitting for a small-time punk, in my opinion. No! It seems we've come to an end of the line here. No, that can't be all. How unfortunate. It seems that you weren't cut out to stand in the same stage as me. Were you, Air Forehead?
I believe this brings us the cross-examination to a close. This court will now declare a verdict for the defendant, Walkie Kiriki.
No fucking way. Hold that shit. Eek. Who's eeking like that? Oh my god! Trucy! What the fuck? Nobody move. What's the meaning of this? Who are you?
There'll be no verdicts in the courtroom, not yet.
Wait, are you one of the Kitakis? The Kitakis? You mean the notorious gangsters?
If you don't want to see me, give the pretty little girl a new smile. Do as I say. Adjourn the court for 20 minutes.
What? This court will not blow the press.
What about the guards, man? Why aren't the guards doing something? Judge. I see little point in further aggravating this gentleman.
Recess, 20 minutes, or I promise you'll regret it.
Whoa. He disappeared so fast.
Come to the defendant lobby, Apollo!
I suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for 20 minutes to recess. Bailiff, catch the mysterious man.
To be continued. All right. That is a great excuse to call it a night. You know, we're gonna break this down bit by bit. We're not gonna force our way through. You know, we're gonna have consent with this video game. What I'm trying to say. We're gonna consensually dominate this game, bro. Slowly and surely. Not gonna force anything. I'm gonna take our time. Gonna take our freaking time with this game. It's gonna be chill. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be dope. Once again, another successful stream. God damn, my nose is itchy. Oh God, I hate doing that on stream, but I have to. Once again, it was another fun night. Took another good step in the right direction. I hope Trucy isn't getting killed by some man in the next episode. And whatever happens, I'm sure we can get Waki Kitaki to be, to admit that he didn't do the killing and he doesn't have to go to jail. That being said, it's 12:35. Boy's kind of tired. We got work in the morning. I'm gonna come back tomorrow after work and we're gonna do another chapter. Thank you for the hang gang. Dude, it's your guy. Don't forget, Kami Kang. Signing out. See you guys tomorrow. Bang, bang.